Hey guys, I am a minute or two late. Let's get back over to comments. Hey Deb, hey Lisa. All right. Oh, whoopsie, you can't see me. Hold please. Here we go. Back to comments. So I had to get my phone hooked up. It's gonna take me a minute. Let's get this going. Actually, I gotta go radio silent for a minute while I plug this in. Please. Okay. Allow. Oh, whoops. Add to stage. Hold on a minute. All right, and make sure everybody can hear me, right? All's good. Hey, Pauline. Okay, solo layout. Back to this. Hi, Vicky. Penny. All right, so everybody can hear me. All good. Where's my notes even? Jeez. I did get home a few minutes late. Sound good? Awesome. Yeah, I did get home a few minutes late, and then I was doing awesome fussy cutting, and because I didn't want to be here for 20 minutes cutting stuff. You can hear me now? All right, cool. Oh, you know what? I have to disappear these the earphones. Okay. So anyway, I'm ready. So welcome to the crazy show. I'm Toni Tessler, ToniStamps. That's me. Tonight we're doing, this is my first class of the season, Christmas card class. Okay. I've called it Season of Gold, green and gold, because it's all about the paper. And then some gems that we're going to use. I had to pick those out, make sure I had them. Yeah, I was undecided on which papers I wanted to use for Christmas cards, because until I saw the mini catalog, I didn't know if I wanted anything from the online exclusives. And that's what this, hey Gloria, that's what the Season of Green and Gold is, an online exclusive. So just a couple things to, oh, I didn't get my mail and I need it. Because I was supposed to get those paper pumpkin dies, and I wanted to show you that we might have to do that next week, or I'll post a picture of it because I know it's probably downstairs. So paper pumpkin sale. So if you are a new subscriber, meaning a new email address with paper pumpkin, you can start a new subscription, use the code holiday40 when you check out, and you'll get 40% off the next kit. So the one we just got, which I opened mine, did I bring it up? Oh, I don't know where I put it. Oh, it's in the computer room. I love it. It's called Autumn Abundance. It's all about autumn. The die cut leaves, like all the colors. I love it. I think it's got a Cajun Craze ink spot. Love it, love it. But so the next month is going to be a Christmas card kit. So if you just have to have a different email. So if you've signed up with me before for Paper Pumpkin, just let me know and I'll look up to see, because a couple people have used different email addresses. So I can tell you which ones you've already used, right? So you just pick a new one, you can get it 40% off. And then 2 reminders. So come November, my November workshop is again going to be my fundraiser and sponsorship for wreaths across America. That's something. Hey, Rose. My mom and I started that back in 2020. So this will be, so it's 2020, 2021, 22, 23, 24. This will be the 5th year that I do it. So I usually do, it's my regular workshop, but instead of giving you like an embellishment or ribbon or something like that, um, I convert that, like I use it as donation. So I take my 25% and then I match it myself. So that's how you can donate. Or I have a link to sponsor directly through Wreaths Across America. And I don't know if it's a tax write-off or not. You'd have to look at it. Like I haven't bothered, but you may want to. But that'll be in November. So I'm just giving you a heads up that I'm still going to do that this year. And my gooey week for Unity, you know how I love Unity stamps? Well, I got picked to be one of their, it's called Growing in Unity. So every week they have a different person who spotlights. Like every day you have to post something. So I'll be updating my blog. Hey, Carol. I'll be updating my blog. I'll post it to Facebook, to a couple different groups, my sharing group, and then a couple other ones like maybe Stamp Junkies and the Unity groups for sure. And then Instagram. Hey, Gail. Um, so that's coming up September 30th. So Monday, September 30th is my first day. So I get to post something every day. And I've already picked out which stamps. And it's not a live. I make it ahead of time and then I just post it and then, share the link. But I'm very excited about that. I've picked like my 5 favorite stamps like for each day of the week. So I'm excited. But let's get to about tonight. So, Christmas card class. This is we're making all 5x7 cards. So, um, I'm presenting it here. Everybody watches it for free. I update my blog. I put my measurements. If you want to copy my stuff and use your own materials, awesome. You can do that. If you want to change the colors, change the papers, just use the designs, like that's cool too. If you want the kit, that is different. Let me get my let's get over here. So if you do want this is a stamp a stack because we're doing multiple cards of the same designs. Okay. So if you want a kit, you're going to get the 9 card kits, right? 9 gold envelopes. I got these special gold envelopes from Amazon. You're going to get included is a pack of the Season of Green and Gold specialty designer series paper. You are going to cut all of your own DSP. So when I'm making these cards with you tonight, I haven't cut a single piece of designer series paper. Well, other than the things that I fussy cut, because I want to go through all that with you, as far as direction to cut, what size to cut, all that stuff. So you're going to be cutting that. You'll get that included. And you'll get a pack of the pecan pie and clear ribbon dots. So $57 for all that if you want to pick it up for me. Add optional $9 shipping. If it ends up being less than that, I refund the difference. Dates are pretty quick because I want a quick turnaround. The 29th, I need you to RSVP, and I didn't make a Google form. I'm just going to have you email me. You're in or out, right? And I will send you an invoice through PayPal. All right, when I do the invoice, it comes up with your address anyway. So if you want it shipped, I use that address and ship it to you. I expect the order to arrive on October 8th, and I will have everything cut, prepped, ready to go. All I need to do is insert the designer paper and your dots, your ribbon dots, into your pack, and then I can ship everything out on the 9th, or it'll be ready for pickup. So that is how to get the kit if you want it. If you just want to use your own stuff, then you let me know. Die, count you in? Okay, I'm going to start a list. All right. Another thing I have to tell you, since these are 5x7 cards, they are more likely going to be over 1 ounce as far as postage. So you're probably going to need extra postage, or sometimes I'll put these in when I know I have to mail a package to somebody for Christmas. I'll wait and I won't put their Christmas card in the mail like earlier December like I normally do. I'll put it in with their package because I'm gonna have to pay extra for that anyway. Or if you're gonna hand give people, right? All right, let's start a list. All right, Die. Okay. Let's go down here and we'll do the first one. So I'm going through 4 designs, 2, 2, 3, and 2. So one of the designs has 3 cards. Everything else has 2 cards. I'm only making one of them with you. All right. But just know that. So when I do my, when I update my blog and I have the measurements, I'll say, like, instead of just like a base piece, let's say it was, one piece, 7 by 10 for whatever. I'll actually say 3 pieces or 2 pieces, you know, depending on how many cards you're making. Actually, I might have to make that different. I'm gonna figure that out. All right, so first card. Actually, let's look at some of the papers. So your Season of Gold papers. Again, this is an online exclusive. And I've already got some of them pulled off, but lots of 3 different shades of green, gold, greeting sets. I'm using 3 different greeting sets, and here's the backs, just so you see. Mostly like old olive, garden green, mossy meadow, very vanilla, and gold. Um, so I am using a variety of greeting sets. You use whatever you want. I'm using the More Wishes. This is still available. Hi, Barb. This is still available as an online exclusive. Greetings of the Season. This is also an online exclusive. Oh, and I didn't have room on my advertisement, so when I updated my blog, or I've got the class information in this description, you can add on either this set or this set or this set with the dies that it comes with. Even though I am not using the dies that come with this, these are like label and tag dies. Some people want them. I didn't like them because it comes with the hole already poked, and I might not want the hole there. I might want to use it as a label, you know, not necessarily a tag. So anyway, I'm gonna have to update. Actually, I'll put that as a separate blog post for all that info, because I did just put it in the video description about the different options and stuff for the class. So you have those. You can get them if you want. This is Biggest Wish. I may or may not use this. I may use the Happy. I'm not sure. But this was retired last year, but it's still an old favorite. All right, so let's get to this first one. So this one, I'm using More Wishes, and I'm probably going to, oh, you know what? I had to put my chamois in water. I may have to go grab them out of the bathroom. So I want Mary, what am I doing here? Christmas, oh, big one. Christmas and Mary. All right, so I want the cursive and the printed. Okay, paper. Mossy Meadow. Let me make sure I'm grabbing the right pile. Ooh, yeah. Okay, this is a good one. I mean, they're all good, right? And I can tell, I think I forgot to emboss something. What the? All right, so our base piece for this, and this is the piece that you're going to want to cut. So you'll pull this. Hey, Helen. Oh, be sharp. Helen, there's no guarantees. All right, so you're going to make 2 of these. I'm just making 1. So we have a lot of pieces for this one. This is going to be a tri-fold that flips up and over, and I want to overlap a little bit. So this piece, Mossy Meadow, this is 7 by 11. So you basically need an entire piece of cardstock for the base of all of these cards. Um, so we're going to score. So we've got 7 inches by 11. We're going to score at 2.5 and 7.5. That makes this area 5. So, and we're going to fold this. I want the longer piece on the top and fold these up. Now I'm not using magnets. You can use magnets if you want, but see that there's about 1 inch exactly overlap. So if you wanted to put magnets, we could put it right here. But I am not doing that. For this, we've got a piece of Very Vanilla. This is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. So this is going to go on the inside. So you're going to get 2 of these. Now, all your pieces are going to be folded up. Like this will be folded. All this stuff will be tucked in the envelope, which, I need to show you those. I think I showed them a couple weeks ago, like right when I got them. All right, so there's that. So here is our gold envelopes. Now, this is a brushed gold and it's lighter. It looks more yellow than, say, our gold foil. But I think they're gonna work well. And I really do like them. And I decided I might even make some kind of little folio with a couple of these envelopes later. But I love it. It's like a brushed gold. I think they're really pretty. And I will update my Amazon wish list, or not wish list, but I've got like a shopping Amazon store. So just in case anybody wants to get them. Okay, then we've got a piece that is Mossy Meadow 3 1/4 by 6 3/4. And I have run this through the plaid embossing folder. So if you're gonna make your own at home, you have to pick one of the long embossing folders because this is 6 3/4. So otherwise you have to like chop it off and emboss a little part and then the rest. And then you have a seam that you want to cover. So there's the swirly one. There's this one. And I can't remember the last one. So this is the newest one with the plaid, but I'm already doing that for you. And I love tone on tone. So we've got the Mossy Meadow on Mossy Meadow. What is that other folder? It's a new one. That is the long one. Oh, thanks, Marlene. And you really have to pay attention to the description online because the sizes of the embossing folders are not written in the catalog, which is kind of not cool, I think. But we get what we get. All right, I love it. Can you already see that? Love, love, love. All right. And now on this piece, so this is where we're going to cut our designer series paper. This bit is, this was our score mark at 2.5. So we want to cut a piece of designer paper that is 2 1/4 by 6 3/4. All right, 2 1/4. Oh, I'm like, I did write that down. So this is where you want to go look at the direction. So I want this part. If you want to use this piece, this side, use that side. Doesn't matter. Dotted circles. Yes, Rose. Thank you. Thank you. That is what it is. I think there's only 3 of them, right? So I think these are supposed to be going up like that. And this, I want it to go sideways. So I'm going to turn and cut this. I'm going to cut a 2 1/4 inch strip off this first. And I just do that because I want to maximize like the paper. I want to use just as little as I have to. Now you're going to cut 2 of these, but I suggest you cut them at separate times. Like cut this one 2 1/4 by 6 3/4. All right. And then you'll have this piece left over. Just put that in a pile. You can do something else with it. So if when you're going to make both of them, I would cut your next piece, right? I only have one of these cut for myself, so I'm only doing the one for right now. All right, so let's glue this on. And, ooh, I had my glue like a little bit upside down. I think these are supposed to be, what is that? Mistletoe with the white berries? I don't know. All right, so yeah, these are so pretty with the gold side too. Ooh. All right, so we're gonna put this down. And that looks good. Oops, get off of there, glue. All right, then we've got 4 more pieces. So this one has 2 pieces of Mossy Meadow. This one is 3.5 by 5.5. So then this one should be 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. Yep. And then we've got gold foil. Now, if you want to trim the inside of this out, you can, or punch stuff out of it. Let me give you the measurements first, though. 2.5 by 4.5. And then our very vanilla that we're going to stamp on, this should be 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. Oh, you know what? Yeah, 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. So what I'm saying is we're going to stamp on this piece. This is our greeting. If you want to take your trimmer and cut out the gold behind this so that you can use it for something else, or maybe take 2 little circle punches or something, go for it. I think you should always maximize. Oh, Carol, so the birchwood is also a larger one. All right, cool. I didn't know that. I didn't get that one. I know I have a similar folder. I don't know why. But it's good to know that that's a big one. All right, now this, we're going to stamp our greeting on. And like I said, I'm going to use Christmas. I'm using these from the More Wishes, and then the Merry. And I have to go run to the bathroom quick and get my chamois out of the sink. No, I left my chamois in the sink. This time got away. Dave's hilarious. He said, "Oh, you done already?" No. Fake news. That is not it at all. I left these in this bathroom. Okay. So I was going to emboss. I think I'm going to stamp Christmas in green and then add Mary embossed in gold. So I am going to do Mossy Meadow just because most of this is already Mossy Meadow. I think if I use Garden Green, that might be a little too light. Wash my hands. I should have. Do I have any ink on them yet? No, not yet. Okay. Okay. So I want the Christmas to be kind of like in this corner. So ink up, and I'm going to stand up because I kind of want to get this right on the first try. Oh, we'll see. Okay, it is a wee bit taller down here, but you know what? It's good enough for a person, right? All right. Want to wipe this off. Okay. Now we need, so if you don't have these colors, that's why I think I said that in the directions or the class information. If you don't have the colors I'm using, use embossing. So gold is going to work out perfect. All right, so I've got my hands, I've got my Versamark, my embossing buddy. So this is still a little bit wet, just because it's so much ink. I'm going to hit this with my dryer for a minute, or my heat tool. Okay. Now let's bang this up with our embossing buddy, and I'm going to go all over it. So if you don't have these greetings, just use, something that fits. And I didn't tell you my grand plan after this, but I hand cut some of the papers, and that's the embellishments we're going to add. All right, let's do this. And I want to get it to where the Y goes over that Christmas a little bit. All right, let's hope this works. I love making the 5x7 cards just because I think it gives you so much more room to write your message. All right, now I like to hit the embossing powder 3 times. Ooh, yeah, that's gonna look nice. Okay, let's get this back in here. Now, I still have not bought the new embossing powder stacks. It still comes in a 3-pack, but now it's the Wow embossing powder. But I have heard good things. All right, I see a couple little, let me get a paintbrush here. I see a couple little specks over here that should not be there. Okay. And I'll have to roll that off with my cleaner. So all right, I'm going to heat up my embossing powder. Okay, that does go quick once it gets started, right? All right, where's my little rolly deal? Oh, here we go. Let's get that extra powder off of here. Tell you, I love this thing. All right. Okay, so now, like I said, if you wanted to punch out or cut this, you could. I'm just gonna glue mine on, just because I don't feel like messing with it. Now this will slip and slide on the glossy paper for a minute or so. Let's get this in place. That looks good. Press it down. That really gets warped when you emboss it. But love it, love it. Okay. Now this one. So I really just wanted to layer these, and I do want to do some ink blending around this layer right here just so it stands out a little bit. First I thought, oh, let's do some stamping. And then I was like, well, I didn't get any of the stamps that went with that. So we're just going to do something around the edges. All right, so nothing like terribly crazy, but you could do like stamp a background on it if you wanted to emboss it also. Maybe that would be cool with a different folder. So Helen, you did not understand what that means with the new embossing powder. Oh, so last year, I want to say it was like before Christmas, all the embossing powders were out of stock and they weren't getting them back for a while. I think maybe it wasn't expected to come back till this fall. Well, when they came out with the new catalog, they added new embossing powders, and it's a brand. It's called Wow Embossing. They sell them at like Simon Says Stamp and probably scrapbook.com. Mm. So it's just a different brand of embossing powder. So if you look in the catalog or online or something, look for embossing powder, and you'll see it'll say Wow Embossing. So just a different brand. So see how that like makes it stand out a little bit more. And then we're going to pop that up right there. So let's just glue these on. So I think it's good that I don't know what manufacturer they were getting their embossing powders from before, but for whatever reason, they decided to switch to Wow. I think just because they could get them quicker. All right, now when you glue this down, this one, you don't want to glue the bottom obviously because you got to leave this open. So we're just gonna like the top 80% or so. So I'm gonna glue this down first. And then I'm gonna bring in the bits that I already pre-cut. Whoa, that almost landed terribly. All right, and is that middle-ish? Looks like it. All right. Hey, Laura, you love Wow. You may have too many. Some reason I thought I had some before, but I really like, I have Brutus Monroe embossing powder. I really like his stuff. But I've got him like sparkly stuff. He's got like sparkly gold, sparkly silver. All right, so for these, instead of stamping stuff, you want to take the piece of designer paper that has the bells on it. All right, this has bells and greenery. There's another piece that I hand cut from that is just greenery, and we'll get to that one later. But this has a plaid background. All right, so just take a couple, hand cut these. I don't know if the dies for this cut out all this greenery or not. I didn't really pay attention because I didn't get them. So I cut some of this. I started to cut this and I thought, I want you to see how I'm doing this. So I do not go in every nook and cranny. I mean, it looks like it, but I was just going, in, out, roughly following that line. Because I don't want you to spend a ton of time hand cutting these things. This is where if you have like a Cricut or something else, or the dies may even cut all this stuff out. That would be handy, but I wasn't buying them just for this. All right, so I've got that, and I wanted the bells. So this was on the end, but we're gonna find a way to tuck this in. We'll either put it in right behind and then cover it up with something. We'll figure something out. But I am gonna cut these two little bits for you or with you. And I don't know what these greenery pieces are, but they seem to be on two different patterns of paper. I don't know what these things are called. So just take your time. I like to leave a little bit of a white line. You don't have to. You don't have to get all the way down in there in all the nooks and crannies. You do what you want. I tend to cut up and down. I use my scissors with my right hand for the up and down, and then I direct it with my left hand. And I just realized tonight when I was cutting some of these bits, every once in a while I'll get a cut mark on my fingernails, mostly this one, and I always thought, how do I get it? Well, now I know I get it from when I'm hand cutting stuff, because look, when I get around to like here, I come around, and then sometimes I just leave my thumb there, and that's when I'll catch it. So how many months did that take me to figure that out? A lot. It was never a big deal, but it just always bothered me. I'm like, how am I getting a cut mark right across the top of my fingernail? I mean, it would bother me if I had just put my fingernails on. Like, ruined them. I can't keep anything nice. All right, let's go back in there. Don't want to go too quick. So you see hand cutting, I would only make a few of these, but I would only make a few of these bigger ones anyway. I would not mass produce these just because I don't think I could stand it. Like when I made the snowman cards a couple weeks ago, I made 12 of them, which was kind of a surprise for me, but those were so easy and it was such little coloring, and I was able to do an assembly line. Something more involved like this is more of a, only special people would get this, so not for the masses. All right, so I've got all these bits that I may use, or I may stick some on the inside, but all right, I want this popped up, and I'm not gonna pop it up yet. So I want the bells kind of right here, front and center. So I'm just gonna glue these on. And then I want some greenery, like maybe here. Trying to figure out, I may not use all of this at all. All right, let me put this down. That seems kind of a waste to cut that much and then only show half of it, but all right, that's that. And you know what? I'm gonna put this right along the edge behind here. We just need a little bit of it peeking out. Oh yeah, I like it. And then I'm gonna put this other bell. Maybe I should put that here. This piece seems like too much now, but yeah, the bell, I definitely want that like right there. Okay, that's that. Ooh, I like it. And then I'm gonna pop this up. In this case, I am going to use dollar store foam tape to the rescue. This is a quick way to get a lot of coverage. And actually, I'm going to put a little bit right in the middle. And then we're going to add some gems. So I picked these gems because A, I like the pecan pie, but B, I like the clear because we can use them clear or we can color them with our alcohol markers. Die. Oh, Valerie Bertinelli, I did not see that. mm. Die. What did Linda get all of? I can't remember what I was talking about. All right, and now this, I'm just trying to get this in the center. Oh yeah, I love this. So the only thing you want to pay attention to when you're gluing this behind is like, see how I got it like right up to the edge of the paper. That is perfectly fine. Just don't want it to go over. All right, now, oops, let's get some of these gems. In this case, I'm going to use some of the pecan pie ones just because that's going to bring out the pecan pie and the bell. And I think that's nice. Oh, the dies and the folder to the paper collection. Oh, okay. Yeah. So it does cut out all those things, I'm guessing. Let's do one here, one here, one here for now. And we'll do, so it looks like there's two sizes. Little ones and big ones. And I'm just going to put 3 on here for now. So these are ribboned. I don't even know if you can see this pattern. Yeah, you can kind of see it. It looks kind of crisscrossy on the clear ones. I guess that's supposed to look like ribbon. I don't know. I just like that it's a pattern. All right. I bend these back a little so the edge comes off the plastic. So there's our first one. I love it. And I realize I gotta get moving. Okay, so next. Yeah, can't stand it. So I just want to show you. This totally fits in our envelope. These are 5x7 envelopes. There we go. I got them off of Amazon. Just have to be careful when you're sliding all this 3D stuff in here. All right, good to go. Like I said, it's going to be extra postage. I can just tell anyway. I mean, a whole sheet of cardstock plus all those extras. Yeah. Okay, so that's our first one. Turn the page. Now we're using the same designer series paper as this. This time we're going to use this side. And this is the one that I just realized I need to emboss. So for this one, I still have very vanilla thick cardstock. We don't sell that anymore. So that's what you're going to get. I've got plenty for everybody's card packets. So this where you're going to make 2 of these cards as well. And so very vanilla thick, 7x10, scored at 5. So that gives us our 5x7 base. Now, if you don't have the thick, maybe use a different color or something. I don't know. Why? Let me see my pile. I could have sworn I did all the embossing for this. Did I put it in the wrong pile? Nope, 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 nope. Okay, jeez. All right. Hold, please, because I really want this whole layer to be embossed, and then we're going to cut a little strip of the designer paper. So, hold 1 minute. Okay, were you entertaining yourselves? I hope. So, when you're doing this at home, especially with the plaid, you just want to make sure your paper is as straight as you can get in the folder, just because it really shows on the plaid folder. Okay. But yeah, I love this big one. I'm gonna have to go back and consider that birch one. I just like them because you have more options, right? Turn it sideways for like regular size cards. All right, so this piece was 5x7, already embossed, and it should fit perfectly over here, which it does. So that's what I want. I'm not gonna glue it on just yet because I want to add the designer paper first. So, all right. So you cut your 2 strips off of this piece, right? Let's just say we've cut another 2 1/4. What we're gonna have left, 2 1/4. Let's put it. This should be 7 inches. So let me just cut my other one for the first card because I want you to see this math should math correctly. All right, 2 1/4. And I'm just going to put that aside. That's my other card. So what you have left is this piece. That is 7.5 by 12. So you're going to want to make your 2 cards. So you need 2 pieces that are, oh, you know what? I'm thinking of the whole card. We only need a piece that is 3.5 by 7. So I'm going to cut, and we want this side. I'm going to cut 3.5 inches this way first. 3.5 by 7 because I want it to go right to that edge. All right, so then was that 7? Yep, so we have that tiny little bit left. So you'll cut one piece and then cut another piece. All right, 3.5 by 7. All right, that's all the cutting you're doing for this one. This one's a lot easier. Oh, all right. And I need to make a pile of my scraps. So this I want to be, well, this can go in the middle. I kind of had it planned for off to the side a little bit because I want more hanging out here, but you can have an option. You can either put it in the dead in the middle or off to the side. I'm going with off to the side. Oh, Helen, so that's what I hadn't heard from you in a while. I didn't know if he had decided he was doing that, how that was going. I'm gonna have to go back and make sure I catch all the comments. So I have to go back and StreamYard, especially for YouTube. I can't see the YouTube comments after, like after the stream goes out. All right, so let's do that. Make sure we're opening this correct way. Now, if you don't like covering the whole card front, you can trim it down if you want. So Gloria, do you know if the plaid stamp matches the embossing folder? Let's pull that out because it is right here. So the sketched plaid, I would say no, it does not. Let's just look at the back side. It does not match it. No, it looks like this has more bolder lines and they're straighter, whereas this is more, it looks like it's drawn. I mean, I guess the whole sketched business. But this is called, what is this folder called? And where did I put it? Hello. I don't know what I just did with that folder, but that's called Forever Plaid, right? Yeah, I was undecided, so I asked Sean, like, what did she think? And she's like, yeah, you gotta have it. Because I was like, what's the difference? Well, the difference, and she reminded me, is do you want texture or do you want an image? All right, I'm gonna glue this. You know, and another thing you could do is like rough up these edges if you want. But I don't want to do that. I just want this embossed bit to cover the entire, out of glue here, the entire front of this card. All right, so let me just slide everything. And if there's anything hanging over the edge, this edge, I'll trim it off. And this is going to go right in the trash because I'm not messing with that. All right, cool, perfect, perfect. Good, good, good. All right, glue, sticky glue, icky. I do have my alcohol, my hand sanitizer if it gets bad. All right, now, the only pieces that you're going to stamp is going to be the greeting. What in the world? Let me get that down. So I've got gold foil. This is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Again, if you want to slice out the middle or like punch something out of here. Yeah. Oh yeah, Marlene, you can always make it on your scoreboard. Yep. So if you want to punch out that center, do it ahead of time. And then this vanilla is 2.5 by 2.5. Just holding this down, making sure all these edges are staying. Although if they don't, that's kind of rustic looking too. Ooh, that just gave me an idea. This would look really good in brown and green too. All right, so this part, I took this greeting from the greetings of the season. May your holiday, no, wait, it's the most wonderful time of the year. So this fits right in here and we're going to emboss it. So let's get our embossing buddy. I like that this one is all like just gold and vanilla. I think that's kind of classy looking. For some reason, I like gold and vanilla and white and silver. And I've never considered copper in there. All right, I gotta stand up, so I'm trying to make sure I get this straight-ish. All right, let's give that a whirl. I hope there's no extra Versamark bits. No, looks like it's good. All right, and then we'll add our gold powder and get my tongs, my hands, as Di calls them. Where's your hands? She's cute because she gave them to me. All right, let's do this. So I'm going to put that there, put this back so I don't get it everywhere. Oh, you know what? I was going to add, I've got here cut greenery from non-bell paper. I did say we had another one coming up that had some cutting. Now that one, I cut all the greenery bits. So I have a whole pile to choose from. But we're going to do the same thing, like tuck them around and behind the greeting. So let's emboss this. We're going to cook this up. That is really pretty. Okay. I'm gonna let that cool down for a minute. The other piece that I cut when I said cut greenery, let me just see, is this pattern right here. So notice the difference. This does not have any bells. There's bells with greenery, and then there's greenery with nothing. All right. Oh, thanks, Di. I've had these on for like 3 weeks too. It's crazy. So this is the back of that one. This reminds me of Forever Flourishing or Forever Flourishes that we had that retired a year or two ago. I can't remember. But so I just took a corner and cut stuff. And these have similar shapes and colors. So we've got the sprucey bits, these bits, and again, I put some, I cut some right off the corner. And look at that. That's the same color too. That was from the other one, from the plaid. Look at that. Both different pieces, but those look very similar. I mean, the colors are exactly the same. It's just the shapes are different. So I might use that too. So you just want a couple. And I'm going to put this, glue this to my gold foil. Make sure that is flat. And then we're going to add some greenery bits. So here's the thing. If you already, maybe you have that flourishing set, you could stamp and make your own greenery bits. Ooh, I like this. Now this one, so you want to hide that line, so you could put it like right in behind. Or actually I could do, let's cut this off completely as if it was supposed to be like that. All right, so we just have that. Get that little nub off of there. So I can have, ooh, I like all these. I want at least 3 bits. And I do like them like to come from opposite directions. Nope, I think I'm gonna go with that. And like that. Yeah, I like that. All right, so I'm gonna glue these down. You could either glue it to the back of here or just glue it down to your paper. But I think I'm gonna glue this right down to the paper. So I'm gonna start with the bottom one. And I think that was about here. Let's just hold it up. Yep, that looks good. And don't worry about gluing down every single leaf. Like if some of them are popping up, like just a little bit of glue, just to keep stuff in place. And you could pop them up if you wanted. You could add dimensionals. I just didn't feel like it. I am going to pop up the greeting though. So again, where did here we go. My foam tape. See how the edges are popping up? Perfectly fine. But yeah, that would be easier for sure if you had dies. But I didn't mind sitting here cutting for 15 minutes, knowing that I have no intentions of making 100 of them. That would drive me bananas. All right. Ooh, I love it. So yeah, if you don't want your embossed layer to go across your whole card, I really like that, then just trim it down. All right, now this I'm gonna add, you know what? They say white and they really do mean white. I'm gonna color these with a light marker. What do I have? Old Olive. Hopefully this is Old Olive Light. Yeah, this is one of the old ones, like one of our original Daily Bob's Stampin' Blends. All right. You could use Garden Green. You could use, this is, I think, Shaded Spruce. I'm going to like that. All right. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we will, really, I should let these dry. Like when you color it with the Stampin' Blends, it's not an automatic like, oh, it's dry right now. You should let it sit. You can also do all different colors, like the Shaded Spruce, the Garden Green. Oh, oh yeah, I like that. Let's get these little bitty ones. So if you want to leave yours white, that's fine. But just know it is white against a vanilla background. You may not like that later. I know years ago we would stamp white with the white craft ink on vanilla, and that has an interesting look. But with this, I would, yeah, I want it to be colored. And I know the camera doesn't show like the colors really, but the picture hopefully will show. It's a very light green since it was that lighter Old Olive, but I love it. Amanda Stevens has the best foam tape. I was gonna say, doesn't she have a store? Yeah, Pear Bottom Plus. She makes those lights too, right? That you can put on your cards. All right, so that is card number 2. And hopefully these next ones aren't going to be too long. So the next one, you're going to need 3 different patterns of paper. This is the one where we're going to get 3 cards out of it. All right, and I feel like I am losing my mind. Oh wait, this is this. Okay, this goes for the last one. All right, so you're going to want these 3 patterns. All right, now this plaid, this is the back of the bells paper. So I'm just starting with the fresh piece because, you know, you get 2 of them. But I want this pattern that has like the 2 different shades of floral. And there's the back. It is vanilla with green dots. And then I want this gold little diamonds. And there's the back of that one. But I want this side. And then I want the plaid. So this is, we're going to go back to, remember when Sue showed us last year, it was called like cut and stack and shuffle, or cut and shuffle. I think it was stack and shuffle. So we're going to cut 3 pieces at the same time. All right. Well, when we stack them and cut them. For now, I want to cut, I want to time out. First, let's go over our base pieces. So we have, these are all going to be Mossy Meadow bases. So we've got 7 by 10, scored at 5, which is not scored. Scored at 5. Let's fold that. So again, you're going to get 3 of these. Then you'll have very vanilla, 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. That's for the inside. Then you'll have old olive, same size, 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. So I need 1 of those. And this is what we're going to put our papers on. Then you're going to get 3 of these circles, Mossy Meadow. This is about a 3-inch circle, and I cut it with, I don't remember the name of it, but it's got like dots around it. Then I've got Very Vanilla. This is about a 2 3/4 circle. This I cut with the Spotlight on Nature dies. So you're going to get 3 each of those. All right. Let's go ahead and put this on the inside. And it looks like I'm getting a glue booger to deal with. Was it shuffle it, stack and shuffle, or cut and shuffle or something? I thought it was stack and shuffle that she called it. Okay. Yeah, I like that, Gloria. I mean, because it's just so easy. All right, so we've got this, we've got that. Now we need to cut each one of these designer series papers at 4.5 by 6.5. So I want these greeneries going up. So I'm going to cut it at 4.5 first. All right, and you're only cutting 1 piece of this out of each pattern. So 4.5, and then 6.5. Put the extras away. Then this plaid, again, 4.5 by 6.5. So I want you to see that even cutting this designer paper is not totally time consuming. All right, this doesn't seem to matter. I can't tell. Yeah, I'm just going to cut this one. I don't think the direction matters. Well, it doesn't as far as I can tell. All right, 4.5 by 6.5. All right, and then I'll put these away. So all three of these pieces. Tap, tap, tap. They should all be roughly the same. So for this design, I'm going to cut it. I'm not measuring this. I'm going to cut it once this way, and then these pieces I'm going to cut somewhere over there. So just have these all together, and I'm going to 2.5, cutting them all at the same time. All right, and then this, tap them together again. And this time I'm going to go, let's just go 2.5 again. Why not? Okay. So we have 3 different size pieces. Let me put our base out of the way. So we've got the long one, the shorter one, and a longer one. So we need to make 3 piles. So let's do this. Oop. Take one, take that one. Actually, I want to try to keep these all in the view. So there's a pile. Here's a pile. Here's a pile all the way over here. Then this next piece, I go to the next one. So this already has a long one, so this gets a long one. Then I just go around the board. This gets this one right here. This piece goes right here. Now the leftovers, here, here, and here. So you just shuffle them around so every group gets 3 of the different sizes. So yes, stack, cut, shuffle. So you're going to glue all 3 of these. You're going to glue this to one of the old olive pieces, this, and then this. So I'm just going to do one. So I'm making I'll figure this out later. I'm just going to put my pile back over here. So we want to put these back together on the paper. So you want to dry fit it first, make sure everything is fitting nicely with that border. And it should all fit perfect. Oh yeah, that's awesome. So I'm gonna start gluing these down. So do you see how you can just change this around with whatever papers you might have? Like maybe you don't have any of this green and gold. Maybe you have like a blue or, something. But just take the same designs. All right, that looks good. I really like this because you get to see so many of the different paper patterns all on the same card. And this is totally the same design came from like an A2 size. I just made it bigger. All right. See, I love that already. I really like the plaid. Now, if you want to pop this up, pop it up. I'm going to put a greeting kind of like right here. And on this one, I wasn't going to do any sprigs or stuff because I feel like we had that on here. And if you want to put it right in the middle, put in the middle. But the greeting, so I want to use greetings of the season and more wishes. So I wanted Mary. Let me make sure this is clean. Mary. And then Christmas season greetings. I had Christmas. Oh, here we go. I wanted the cursive Christmas. So this is going to fit right here. And this is going to fit here. So I want to do, with this one, I'm going to do Old Olive for the Mary because I want it to be a little bit lighter. And then we may do a little bit of gold embossing. We may emboss the Christmas across the bottom. Ooh, I feel like this is going to be yucky. So my Old Olive ink pad is so juicy. All right, let's see if this works. And I can tell it looks like crap. Oh, Lord. So see all these like squiggles and wiggles? That happens when your pads are too juicy with the clear, the acrylic ones, or not acrylic, the photopolymer. And I have a redo, so I'm gonna redo. Ugh. You know what? I need to sorry if you could hear that. I'm just gonna sop some of this up. And I can't remember the last time that I re-inked this, but it is too juicy. Whenever I did it, too much. All right, let's see if that helps. Try it again. And I'm not even pressing it. I'm just touching it on there. Whoopsie. As I get the whole up and bottom of my block. All right, this looks better already. Okay, yes. All right, much better. Okay, so now we can either do gold embossing, or what I'm thinking now is darker green. So we can either pick Mossy Meadow, which would look good, or shaded spruce, which is that other green. I think I'm going to play it safe though and go Mossy Meadow. And this is going to fit right across the bottom here. Mary, sorry if my head's in the way. I love it. I love combining the stamps. But do you see how pretty that would be if we emboss that in gold? I'm just kind of worried about time right now because it is 9:05. Ugh. All right, and this we're gonna glue and pop up. I'm gonna glue this flat, and then I'm gonna pop up that circle. What is that one? Nested Essentials, maybe? That makes it with the little edge, like the perforated edge. All right, so let's do that. Ooh, yeah. For some reason, I just don't really like them all in the center. I kind of like it off to the side. Yeah, I'm putting it down to the side. You put it wherever you want, right? If you want it right in the middle, put it right in the middle. But I'm definitely going to add some of the pecan pie dots. Just I think that'll look good because there's a little bit of brown looking stuff in there too. You know what else would be nice if you still have them is champagne, the champagne rhinestones. Yeah, I like this down here. But if you don't like them down there, don't put them down there. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are going to use a whole bunch. I think I still have 3 packs of those champagne rhinestones. Just because they were so versatile. All right, let's put that there. And I realize I got glue right on it. Press the ink down. Were you telling me that for my my juicy pad, Gail? I'm sorry, I should have looked up more. Okay, there. And then let's do another little one. Okay. Ooh, yeah. I love that. So simple. And if you didn't have a big greeting, you might have another image you want to put there instead, and then have a small greeting. You know, like if you had some greenery bits or, you know, something. But I love that one. And again, you know, you're gonna make 3 of with the different patterns there. All right, last one, and this one you're gonna make 2 of. And we are only using 2 different patterns of paper for this one. And I'm going to cut all my pieces. So we want this gold piece that has this like rough background, you know, on the, so we want this gold side up. And then this same piece that we used on the other one with the, it's vanilla with green dots. That is the same piece, right? Yeah. So we're going to cut, we want 6 pieces that are 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. Is that correct? Green leaves. Yep, 2 1/4 by 4 3/4. So let's go through so you know where I'm going with. Garden green base. So before I've used Mossy Meadow, Old Olive. Yeah, garden green, 7 by 10. Score and fold at 5. And this one's going to be a landscape. Then we've got 2 pieces, 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. One is to put on the inside, so let's go ahead and do that now. And this is just regular vanilla, it's not thick. All right, that looks like it's a weird edge. All right, same size for this one, but this one, we're going to attach our designer papers to it directly, and I'll show you why. But then we've got gold foil cut with the Countryside Corners dies, and this, I think it was like the third one down, but just to give you an idea, this is 4.5 by, looks like 2 7/8, and then I cut one the next size down in vanilla. So same thing that I've been telling you before. If you want to cut out a little bit of this to reuse it on something, do it. Right? We're going to put our greeting there. So this, we're going to put our designer papers right on it. So I want, let me just write this down for myself, 2 1/4 by 4 3/4, because this piece is 4 3/4 tall, and 6 3/4 wide divided by 3 is 2 1/4. So that's how I came up with that measurement. And we want 6 pieces because you're going to make 2 cards, right? So I want to cut 3 pieces out of this and 3 pieces out of this. And again, since we're going this way, I want these flowers going up. So I want to cut it at 4 3/4. So I'm turning it to the left and cutting it at 4 3/4 first. 4 3/4. And then I will cut 3 pieces, 2 1/4. 1, 2, 3. All right. And then I'm going to do the same thing for this. I want 4 3/4 this way. So I have to turn it. So I want it to be 4 3/4 tall. All right. And 2 1/4. 2 1/4. And 2 1/4. All right. So one of your cards is going to have 2 vanilla and gold and 1 in the middle. All right. And we're gluing it right on there. No borders, no nothing. That's why I wanted to use this, because it's the same size. All right. So your second card that you'll make will have this pattern. All right. Same. I mean, same but opposite. Right. So I'll save these. So all you want to do, I'm not so worried about dry fitting these, because if it's hanging off the edge, I can just trim it and nobody's really going to notice. So I'm just going to start on the left and glue these down edge to edge. All right. Now with this gold vanilla, say you didn't want this, like just all this plain gold, you could ink blend over this with a lighter shade, like maybe old olive or something even lighter, maybe soft seafoam. I don't know. Like if you didn't want all that vanilla, it's an option. I'm not doing it, but you could. All right. Keeping this straight, going just right across. All right. And, oh, looks like I want a little bit crooked, but that's okay. So somehow, oh, you know what? I guess that's inevitable when I am butting them up. So I'm going to trim this off by hand. All right. And then this tiny little bit, sliver, that kind of bothers me. Can you even see that? See that little bit hanging off? Yeah. I'm going to take it. I'm going to get it off. Just take a little hair. And that's good enough. I mean, just that much. That, can you tell how tiny that little piece is? That's not really focusing, is it? Very tiny, but that's all I needed. Okay, so let's bring this back. And I'm going, I love it already. I'm gluing that down flat. And I'm not using any ribbon on this. If you want to tie ribbon, if you have some pretty gold ribbon, gold sheer ribbon maybe, tie it around first and then glue it down or pop it up, whatever you want. Oh, I love that. All right, now this piece. So we're gonna use, I want Merry Christmas Wishes. So I think we're gonna pull this from Merry Christmas. Did I have Merry in here? Yep. So I have Merry. Oh, I've got Happy. Happy Holidays. No, that's not what I want. I want Merry, and I must have Christmas out. Oh yeah, because I just used it. Duh. I need Wishes. Christmas, that isn't big enough. This is big enough. So that's right. I'm going to start with Christmas. And I'm going to have this right in the middle. And then we'll have Merry and Wishes right there. So I'm going to go with Garden Green again, because that's like the most color that we're seeing with the card base and all. So again, I'm just laying it on there just so it picks up just enough ink. And then I'm going to stand up. So, and trying to get this straight-ish. Press. All right. That might be perfect. I'm not sure. But it's certainly good enough for a person. All right. Now we need, I think, lighter green. So I think Old Olive, because we really do have a lot of gold already. Or, you know what? Let's look at Shaded Spruce just for a minute. So, Merry Christmas Wishes. I know Wishes was... Thought I had that out. Oh, nope, I didn't. Look at that. Wishes. All right, that is darker. So that would have to be, yeah, Merry. Let's do this Merry. So this Merry came from Greetings of the Season. So this one I'm going to do in Shaded Spruce. Just putting it right there in the corner. Ooh, I like that. You can barely tell the difference, though, in the greens. So, yeah, good enough, Helen, right? That was a Minnesota thing. That was one of their first ones they taught me. Good enough for a person. All right, let's do this. This looks like I did not clean it well. And then all we're going to do is add some gems to this. Yeah, let's go for it. Hopefully it'll be dark enough that it'll go over the Christmas. Otherwise, I'll have to hit it again with gold embossing. Ooh, I think that's going to be perfect. Yep. Ooh, I love it. So it's dark enough that you can tell the difference over top of the Christmas. Hey, Shar. Love it. So Shaded Spruce and Garden Green. Okay. I love all the greens together. I mean, they're practically neutral. All right, just want to wipe that off real quick. Okay. Now, if you wanted to pull in some of your sprigs that you have cut from your other ones, like, feel free to do that. I am eyeballing. I've got two things cut right here. Actually, I got a big one and a little one. But I don't know that I'm going to put anything. Let's see. I could do that. Oh, I could do that right there. I love it. And then this can come out like here. All right. So just changed my mind. Ooh. I put glue right on that straight edge. And that's how I'm going to hide that. No one will know that that was not a whole piece. And this one, I'm going to glue this flat. And then I'm going to pop up that bigger greenery bit. Ooh, I love it. Ah, yeah. All right. Now this one I want like regular dimensionals just to go behind these leaves. I think we're having Mexican tonight. I can smell it and I'm hungry, so I'm glad this is the last card. All right, and then let's trim. Let's get a half of one. And then one. Let's see, is that going to fit right there? Yep. Okay, cool. Now, what I didn't do with any of this greenery was hit it with Winkostella. You could certainly do that. Make it even a little bit more sparkly. Ooh, that flew right out of my hand. All right, God, these are sticky. I'm going to put a tiny little bit of glue right there, just so I can get that. There we go. That'll stay anchored. Mmm. I love it, you guys. All right, let's do some dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, I'm going to go with the brown ones. So I think this is a whole lot of green. If I wanted to color these green again, I would go with a darker green. But I think it's just like overkill with the green. So that's why we're going to pick brown this time. And this is our last card. So yeah, you get 9 cards out of this in the gold envelopes, which are really pretty. Let me do this, and then I can bring the other ones in for anybody that showed up a little late. You can see what you missed. And of course, go back and watch the beginning, whatever you want. All right. Ooh, yeah. I love that. All that gold. Mm-mm-mm. All right, let me put my cap in my glue. And we'll bring these back. And it will be Sunday, I'm guessing, before I get my blog updated. And I'll have the my blog post updated with the same class info that's in the description here about like if you want the card kit, all that you would have to do. So there's that one. Oh, and my screen is so close. They're not all gonna fit on here. So this one you're gonna make 2 of, this one you'll make 3 of, but these patterns are different. This vanilla, I love that. And I like that this embossing folder, I've got it the entire front of the card. And then this one is a tri-fold with embossing. So, and then, we cut little bits out. So, thanks for hanging out. I am glad that you love them. And, pictures, blog, that will be coming, all the things. So next week, I know I talked maybe a month or so ago, and I said I had this easel flip album that I got an idea from one of the Country Craft Creations designers. Well, I had to reschedule that because I couldn't get all the materials that I needed. So I finally got all that stuff like a couple weeks ago. Thanks, Shar. And it'll be a Christmas one. So that's what I'm going to do next week. So we make an easel out of cardstock, maybe some of the chipboard that comes in the designer paper packs, like the white stuff. We're going to cover that and make a bunch of pages. And I am using the, let's see, these ephemera bits, tags for the season, ephemera pack. These are in the mini. And then the joyful images ephemera pack and the cards, which I believe went on back order again like a week after I got them. I have them somewhere, but the cards come in like blue, green, and red cherry cobbler or something. So I'm using those for some of the pages. So you'll see. So, oh, nice, Denise. That's awesome. Yeah, green's my favorite too. And yeah, these are definitely going to need extra postage because I can tell already they're heavy. But so that's that. I was sharp, Helen. Good. I don't want to mess anybody up. So thanks again for spending time. Share if you like it, thumbs, hearts, all the things. And hopefully we'll see Sue on tomorrow night and then Gail on Sunday. So thanks, you guys. I will see you later. Bye.